Hey family, welcome back to another episode of Rear View 5 Fertile Minutes. I'm Walt.
And I'm Lisa. This is my favorite time. But today we're stepping right into the story of Isaac and Rebecca. We previously spoke about Sarah and Abraham. But this is a love story that begins in divine alignment, but it takes an unexpected, painful turn.
Yeah, we've been there. But anyway, you're going to find their story in Genesis 24 and 25. Isaac's 40 years old when he married Rebecca. And it's an amazing match made possible by what? By prayer, obedience, and of course, God's perfect setup.
Wow. But yet, one chapter later, we find out that Rebecca's barren. And it says in Genesis 25:21, Isaac prayed to the Lord on behalf of his wife because she was childless. The Lord answered his prayer, and his wife Rebecca became pregnant.
Very dope. But what most people miss is this, though, Lee. Isaac was 60 years old when Rebecca gave birth. So everybody help me do some math real quick. That's 20 years of infertility, 20 years of silent nights, 20 years no heartbeats, 20 years no answers, 20 years. And this is all after they followed all the right steps. We know a little bit about that. It wasn't 20 for us, but it was 11 years of heartache. But
sometimes we think that just because we're walking in God's will, the waiting won't come, right? But Rebecca's story says otherwise. Sometimes even when God writes your love story, you still have to wrestle in the in-between.
That's dope. But here's what stood out to me. See, Isaac didn't just ignore her pain. He didn't just hope that things would change. See, he went and prayed for his wife. And when he prayed on behalf of his wife, to me, that's powerful.
All right. Can I say something to the men? Men,
as long as it's all kosher.
If you're listening, your wife's spiritual and emotional battles are not hers alone. Pray over her, cover her, be her intercessor like Isaac.
And of course, to the ladies, if you're in the Rebecca season, I don't want you to lose heart, because Rebecca didn't have a podcast and she didn't have Instagram reels, and she probably didn't even have a prayer group, but she had a husband who went to God for her.
Wow.
And a God who saw every one of her tears.
We've been there month after month. Period kept coming, year after year. Rebecca's story reminds us just because it's delayed doesn't mean it's denied, right? We keep repeating that.
So anyway, folks, that's the heart of today's review. Look back with us. Just remember, your struggle isn't a sign of God's absence. I want you to know it could be the soil that he's using to birth something bigger in your life.
I love that.
I drop science.
You drop... Take courage today. Whether you're the one praying or the one being prayed for, God hears, God sees, and God is still writing your story.
No doubt. Anyway, that's it for today's 5 Fertile Minutes. And be sure to subscribe, share. If you like it, give us a quick like. Tag somebody who needs just to hear a little bit of hope from us.
Yes, sir. And remember, you're not alone in the wait. Your pain has purpose, and your story is sacred. We'll see you next time on our Rear View 5 Fertile Minutes. God
Peace,
bless
family.
you.
Love y'all.
Love you.